Venezuela, once the wealthiest nation in Latin America, is known for having the world's largest known oil reserves. Its strong democratic governance was admired worldwide. However, today, the economy and democratic institutions of Venezuela are on the brink of collapse. Over the last few years, Venezuela has been wrestling with the highest inflation globally, making essentials like food and medicine unaffordable to majority of its residents. The gross domestic product has plummeted 35% in the past 4 years, a decline more severe than the Great Depression in the US.
The country's murder rates have skyrocketed, surpassing some of the most dangerous cities across the globe.
Since Nicolas Maduro's presidential election in 2013, the country's socio-economic health has declined significantly.
However, Maduro has instead solidified his authoritarian rule, leading the country further into devastation.
Maduro's political ambition manifested in December 2015 when, in retaliation to an opposition-led majority win in the National Assembly, he replaced several Supreme Court justices with his loyalists. This tipped the scales in favor of dictatorial rule, which they further solidified by stripping the National Assembly of vestigial powers. This sparked widespread protests across the country, proving deadly for some and injurious to thousands. Again, Maduro has assembled and authorized a new governing body called the National Constituent Assembly, amplifying his power while depleting any remaining political opposition. Rewinding a bit to 1999, Hugo Chavez, Maduro's predecessor, shouldered the country's economic downturn with a populist approach, blaming government corruption and Venezuela's elites for the widening wealth gap. His message resonated with the Venezuelan masses, eventually bringing him to power. At the height of his presidency, Chavez used oil profits to fund welfare programs, reducing poverty by more than half. However, these public welfare programs were unsustainable and hinged largely on fluctuating oil prices globally. When Maduro took over after Chavez's demise, the oil prices witnessed a sharp fall in 2014, and the economic damage was magnified due to lack of adjustment to this change. This caused essential commodities prices to skyrocket, pushing 82% of the population into poverty.
Maduro tightened his grip on the economy and exploited an intricate currency system designed by Chavez.
He set an optimistic official exchange rate of 10 bolivars per US dollar, reducing the currency's actual worth to pennies on the black market. But all is not well in the land of Maduro. The opposition boycotted Maduro's power consolidation. Vote for the new Constituent Assembly. The government claimed a 40% turnout, but experts suggest it was much lower, closer to about 3 million people.
The U.S. imposing financial sanctions on Maduro and his government.
Notwithstanding the criticism, Maduro's loyalists-filled assembly proceeded with their agenda and swiftly removed Luis Ortega, an opposition leader. While the future remains uncertain for Venezuela, the present finds Maduro with unprecedented power over a country that continues its downward economic spiral. Today, we are witnessing the devastating effects of poor economic decisions and political greed on a country's progress.